Character design is provided by Demon Artie. Be sure to check her out over on her social media platforms. Links to her Twitter and Instagram are going to be in the description down below. Welcome everyone back to the Crimson 15 podcast. I'm your host, Crimson Sen.
15 PCA.
87454.
Be sure to check us out over on Twitter at C15 Podcast. Join the discussion over on Discord, link in the description below. And if you're enjoying the videos, be sure to sub, like, share, and hit that bell for notifications. Star Wars The Bad Batch, Episode 16, Kamino Lost, season finale. For a season finale, it was a little weak because there's no finality to anything.
No.
It actually gave you more questions.
The thing is, it had a good build up to nothing. That's the problem.
Yeah.
I like, again, just like in the last episode, everything with Crosshair, and I like that dynamic with my team and everything. But it's just like a basic survival escape story.
Yeah. Basically.
With the little sprinkles of like, oh yeah, we're going to have a season
History.
2.
Yeah. This really felt like a mid-season finale.
Yes,
and not like a full-blown finale.
Right.
I was hoping for like a huge reveal. Like a big thing that's going to lead into other Star Wars stuff.
It's kind of small, like it always has been.
It's kind of small.
Like it always is. Nothing important.
Yeah.
Someone was saying, when we get to it at the end, I guess we'll talk about it. But everything else is just like the Poseidon Adventure.
Yeah, Poseidon Adventure, which is a 1970s classic of a ship gets capsizing, and then they try to escape from going to the engine room.
Because they're going to the bottom.
And it flipped over, so they need to go down to go up.
And it's actually a good movie for one of those survivor movies of the 70s. You should watch it. It's really good.
But that's basically what this episode is.
Yeah.
Right.
So, where we last left off, they were the whole planet got bombarded, and the Empire just basically goes, okay, everything got sunk.
And believe me, they're not messing around. They keep shooting until
they
that
were
thing is done.
shooting as things were falling to the ground.
Yeah.
Like,
it was already in ashes already.
It's already falling. You don't need to keep shooting it, bro. But yeah, so they're getting all blown up and everything, and Crosshair is still knocked out. And I do like the fact that things are getting blown up and everything, and then when Crosshair is like, what did you guys do? Oh yeah, it's what we did.
Yeah, we purposely did all this.
It's like they left you behind. The Empire didn't care about you.
But the Crosshair can't get it through his head. He can't get it through his head.
Oh, they're
and
doing what they
even,
need to do.
And
yeah,
even
like killing
the
you.
fact of people trying to save him, like Hunter, Omega, he still is like, no, you guys are all trash. Okay, thanks.
So they're trying to run to somewhere.
Right.
And things are getting all busted up. And then I do like how the robot guy saved Omega. He got like knocked out. They completely knocked out. They wake up. They got separated. Omega's in a room that's filling with water.
And the only ones with her is the robot and friggin' Crosshairs. That's it.
And then she first thing she does, try to help Crosshair get that thing off of him. Mm-hmm. Very first thing she does. Then she's trying to lift it. Then she's like, Hunter, Wreckers, anyone can read me? Yeah, we read you. They're on the other side of the door. And she's like, yeah, I'm in here. The water's filling up. We need to save Crosshair. They're like, okay, kid, we gotta try to get to you. Try to override the doors. Like, I can't override them because it's a safety lock.
Yeah,
because of the water.
Water, yeah.
Then, Wrecker's like, yeah, I got a safety key, so he's gonna try to bust this door open.
Yeah.
But it's, even for him, it's staying locked.
Yeah.
So basically, Omega just kind of gets the robot to push the debris up as she's shooting it.
And literally, the water's coming to the point where they're above the friggin' roof.
Their necks.
And it's like, oh my goodness.
They see where the door is. Then Crosshair goes in. Together, they're all able to open it, and they kind of get flushed out.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, Crosshair, we saved your life.
Again.
Oh. And he's just still being like a jerk about everything. They're making their way through there, and they're trying to find someplace safe. And the safest place is their old barracks. Oh man, look, a scoreboard's still here. All these missions. And he threw them all away. Then Hunter's like, dude, get off this Empire stuff.
Yeah.
You're right in the Empire, and I don't know why. They don't care about you. Oh, not thinking about the bigger picture. But it's funny because he's right. Goes, the Empire's going to rule the whole galaxy. The whole galaxy.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean what they're doing is right either. But you're right when you're saying that, but like, is that the right thing to do?
Well, he wants to be part of it. That's his main
and I'm going to be a part of it. Oh, okay.
Yeah, the ones that left you behind him, mind if you died or not.
Yeah, what the hell?
Basically, across at this point, you could just go and have your own life and they could care less.
Yeah.
You're nothing to them. Don't you get that?
Right.
It's so crazy how he's just so on this.
And he's like, soldiers follow orders, and he's like, well, then you're just a pawn,
Yeah, they see you as a number. That's all they're going to never see you as.
So this episode's very dark, so I do apologize for the screenshots being very, very dark.
Yeah.
It's just a very dark episode. But, they kind of have this back and forth, like, we don't have time for this. We have to keep moving. Mm-hmm. Then, where it landed, actually landed on top of one of those tubes, those secret tubes. Then Omega's like, hey, if we get into that tube, then we can make our way to the platform.
And that's still, they don't know where that's at. And then what Krauser says isn't wrong, but he's wrong in the situation. He says, "Why are we listening to a little girl? She's taking orders now.
The kid's giving the orders now."
You're right. Every time this series, except for this episode, she knows this place.
Yeah.
She's gonna know the insides and outs. You gotta listen to her.
But
They give a better plan.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. What's your plan, Crosser? Stay here and die?
Yes. Let's do that.
I know.
I thought it was kind of like, it's a good thing they had that robot with them.
Yeah.
My goodness, they got that robot with them. He was able to cut through the floor, and since the things were on top of each other, it was like a seal. So they jump down in there. They're walking through the tunnels. And of course, more crap talking between Hunter and Crosshair. Oh, we need to turn back. It's like, no, this is the only way forward. We gotta keep moving forward.
Right.
It's like, everyone shut up, keep moving, because it's so long. It's not.
Yeah. Then Hunter says we have to keep moving, and then they stop again. No, keep moving. Stop because it's cracking.
Yeah.
Because the pressure, because it's at the bottom of the ocean now.
But I do like the dialogue between the
it's because it's the theological differences. Because like if we were soldiers. The Republic became the Empire. We're still soldiers for the Empire then.
Right. And then like that's why like text like I understand you, but it doesn't mean you're right. Like it doesn't.
Yeah, it's just why you defending me. I'm not defending you. I'm just saying how you're thinking. Doesn't mean I agree with what you're thinking, but that's how your mindset is.
Right, and then also I like Wrecker's point of view too. He's like, you didn't even try to contact us, to even try to like talk to us.
Yeah, we would have took you back.
It's like each one wants them to be on their team. Well, that's not going to happen.
And then I'll text like, hey. It's in his nature to be decisive like that. That's just who he is. You're not going to change that, and he can't change that. And I do like, this is a line I truly believe in, but people, this is actually for 2021, for people who disagree with you, for anything, in politics, anything. And Cross is like, well, why are you defending me? He's like, don't get me wrong, I'm not defending you. Just because I understand you doesn't mean I agree with you.
I'm explaining why you do things, not that I agree with it.
So just because I understand the way you think about things doesn't mean I agree with you. And for some reason in 2021, you're not allowed to understand.
No, you have to agree with me totally.
Yeah, and you have to understand me and agree with me.
No.
Yeah.
Or if you do understand, well, no, that means you must agree with them.
Yeah.
Or it makes you somehow worse because
both points are valid on that, exactly.
Right, or it makes you worse because you know better.
Yeah.
It's like, no, I can understand someone without agreeing with it.
Yeah, what's that have to do with? One thing has nothing to do with the other whatsoever. But.
Right.
But they hear like, so there's big sea monsters down there. They're like, oh, when the tunnels are on, they have like electricity and it keeps these things away.
But now they don't.
Because the power's off. This thing starts attacking, the robot's like, oh, I'll go try to turn on the power. So it's like doing all the little twisty things.
And they kind of stop for a minute. No, keep going. Don't stop.
He didn't really stop, dude. He was like looking back. Like, dude, don't even look back. Just keep working.
Just keep working.
It gets it going, but he kind of shocks himself a little bit.
Yeah.
So he kind of almost killed himself through this, but that's his mission.
Did it for a second, didn't it? Because what happened, it started biting the end, and then it got shocked. So it shocked him out.
Yeah.
So save them. They get into the old cloning chamber, and it's really funny because Hunter's like, well, what is this place? Oh, this is where we were born. And he's like, well, how do you know that? Well, because Omega was here when it happened.
Yeah, I saw you guys get born.
So he's like, technically, she's older than us.
Yeah. Like,
physically in time. Yeah. But that's actually kind of funny.
Yeah. And Crunch is like, whatever. He doesn't even care. He's like,
he doesn't believe it.
But the way to the platform was crushed.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, we're trapped again.
Well, that's what you get for listening to a little girl. And then, like, my thing is, Crosshair, what was your plan? What was your genius plan to get us out of this situation?
What was your
I didn't hear anything. I didn't hear anything from you.
Yeah, so it's like Crosshair, stop being a butthead.
Yeah.
But then they're looking around, and it's interesting because the things that they were born in, or the things that save them, like, oh, these chambers are buoyant. If we seal them and we open up the water busts through, we can launch
Fly
up.
out.
What about the debris? Then Cross like, oh, the droid can move us.
Yeah.
And kind of guide us around.
And Crosshair's like,
he goes, yeah, I'm on reserve power because I'm friggin' messed up. That thing messed me up, so my energy's going low.
Because like Hunter was like, yeah, we have no direction, but then Crosshair goes,
he could do that.
He can do that.
And he's like, hey, it's my goal is to save you and your safety. So that's my mission. And the robot, that's what I'm going to do. And I'm going to save your guys' life because my life, technically, I'm a robot. It doesn't really matter.
Right.
Like, everyone gets in there, and then, of course, Hunter and Crossers have to, like, share. Wasn't they, like, hugging? So they're, like, right on top
I think Hunter's that intention. I'm keeping an eye on you, Crossers. I don't trust you for 1 minute.
But they all get in there. They set up all the bombs. They start... It's, like, the most dangerous roller coaster ride of all time.
Right.
Because debris still falling into the ocean.
I don't like how Wrecker's like, can't see anything in text. Like, that's a good thing. Exactly. Don't
In
worry
that
about
situation,
Wrecker.
You be crapping your pants.
I would just close my eyes.
What's the point of looking?
Yeah.
You're just going to scare yourself. Not do it.
Yeah,
Have a heart
exactly.
attack. Don't worry about it.
Guiding everyone up. Everyone's getting up there. And Omega's kind of lagging behind. Dang, she gets hit by some debris.
And it's coming down, and she's stuck.
So the robot flies down there.
He goes, oh, good. The other ones are clear. They're clear.
Starts to cut out. Everyone else makes it to the surface. Omega's like, oh, I'm caught on some debris, but TK's getting me out of here. He's getting me in. And then she's pushing him up, but his power's like, your way is clear, mission complete. Then he starts to fall into the thing. I'm like, oh, that's sad.
And then Omega does what she always does.
I'm going to save him.
Opens
it up.
It starts going down and say, what are you doing?
And I'm like, he's a metal droid. He's going to be heavy. I don't even think Wrecker can pull something out of that from the ocean.
So she goes on there to die, and we're thinking, oh my god, what's going to happen? Then you see Crosshairs pull up his sniper. I'm like, oh my god, he's going to kill Hunter or whatever.
Or he's going to kill Omega?
Yeah, I thought he was going to shoot the droid. Yeah. Like, knock it out of her hand so she can go up. He shoots his grapple hook thingy and pulls them up.
Both up.
So he does have compassion.
Yeah. He does.
That proves the chip's not in him anymore, but he still has
But then I think what also hurt that scene is that the other crew had guns pointed at him.
Well, because they don't know what he was doing.
And he felt like you guys didn't trust me.
Why would they?
I know.
You're an idiot. Why would they?
I know.
Because you're saying this weird thing, you got to be part of the Empire. Well, I don't know if you're going to betray all of us. You guys are being crazy.
I know.
They make it to the surface. Omega looks back at home one last time. It's all destroyed. And look over at Crosshair. You can come with us.
Yeah, even Wrecker. And Wrecker said, like, well, I would accept you back. And he did it a third time.
He's like, come on. And then they, no, I made a choice. Like, you have a choice now.
Yeah.
I'm joining the Empire, and I'm going to be a part of it.
And it's so funny because even like earlier in the episode, Omega says, I thought it was your membership. No, you're really like this. This is how you are, Crosshair. It's how you are. You are so obsessed with the Empire. And you can't get over it.
They leave him there, and then Omega turns back and goes, You're still brothers, and you're my brother. Yeah. Don't forget that. And then they just leave, and I guess he's going to call.
And then the scouts are going to find him. But if they even going to care, like, oh, you survived, what happened to the others? See, I want to see that scene. We never get that.
I know. That would have been an interesting scene.
I know.
Because if he said they all died, then technically Crosshair's story arc is over.
Kind of.
Then we get to the mountain, and then they bring in the clone person. The person's like, oh, we really big admirers of your work. We have big things planned for you. People are telling me that this is the same mountain in Mandalorian where they found the messed up clones.
Maybe they're doing the clones.
They're trying to do the Snoke thing. So I bet you what this leads to. That's it. End of the series.
So I'm trying to think. So is that's the planet that what's his name is on and everything when they found that secret installation?
Yeah.
So man, they really mess up that planet because that's like all desert when in the Mandalorian.
Well, they stripped it of all its materials. That's what they do.
That's
the Empire does it. They don't care.
If
they care about the environment, they're not going to care.
Overall, I like all the brother stuff and the family stuff and what you do. We make the choices you make. But
if there's a season 2, I want a time skip of like 5 years. Make it where Omega's older now.
Give me teenage Omega in freaking armor. Give her armor. Yeah, she needs armor.
And then the third season, she's a young adult. Give me that.
And then also it would show how much the clones are aging. They're getting older, and then like her dealing with that.
Oh yeah, because by the time they get the Rebels, they're old. They already look old because they age really fast.
Yeah, because Rex like an old man.
Yeah. He's like, even though he's a clone, he's like 80 years old. By the time they get to friggin' end, Return of the Jedi, he's got to be over 100 years old by that point.
By that point, yeah.
He's a real Rex, a real dinosaur.
Yeah.
But overall, it was just okay. This whole series was just meh.
Here's the thing. I like what some of the stuff, like you said, I'm just hoping, do a time skip. We don't need a right after that. We don't need that. Because what's the point? There's nothing really we've already seen the beginnings.
Right.
Let's go back to Sid and do some jobs.
I know. I don't want to do that.
No more of that.
I hope this proves for Hunter. I'm sorry, I don't mean to interrupt you, but I hope this proves that we gotta join the Rebels now. This is what it's about. It's not about doing side quests. That's not what we do. We're not bounty hunters. We're not Boba Fett. We don't do that.
And also, we're not a video game. Like we don't need to do side missions to get money and credits. Like no.
Let's just join the Rebels.
I don't know. It's just an okay series. I really had high hopes for this series, and it's a
6 out of 10.
It's a 6 or 7.
Yeah.
Just okay. You gave me C work.
Yeah.
Unlike The Mandalorian, which I thought was an A+, this was just
and
okay.
Rebels
was amazing.
Rebels was pretty good. Rebels was shaky start, and it got great at the end. This was a shaky start, got middling, and then it was just okay.
But that's not good enough. Another thing, that's kind of a card, like, for besides Mandalorian, of Filoni's work, where it gets better. Well, stop doing that. Make it good from the beginning. Why do you have to, it'll get better. Okay, we get it.
Trust me.
I get it. You want to make the characters, but I don't know. These characters aren't interesting. They're not.
They haven't.
Crosshair's the only one that's interesting to me.
You know what? I had an interesting idea.
Conflict.
Yeah.
I feel like what they needed to do was flesh out the side characters in this show, and they should have had moments where they were teaching Omega, but it was like specifically with each clone. So you'd have an episode with Omega and Tech, and then one episode with Omega and Echo, and then
We never got that.
We never got that. Because like you said, you got it in the background. Because when Tech said, told her, "Oh, you can fly the ship when you know everything." Couldn't you give me an episode where she's like taking the test?
10 minutes.
And then
5 minutes of that.
Yeah, and then Tech's like grading her paper, and it's like, "Oh, you failed,"
No.
and it's like, "Okay, well, tell me what I got wrong."
No, we get the moment they go, it's stuck on the moon and they have to find fuel. Why do I need to see this? Why am I watching this? This is mindless stupidity.
The only test was the bomb, the smoke bomb.
Yeah, and that's what I wanted, more stuff like that, where it's more personable.
Yeah. And then the only times until this episode you really liked were like, characters from other shows like Cad Bane, Finnick, the Rancor, Alina from Jedi, all that. But that's nothing to do. Para, but that's nothing to do with the clones. Nothing.
Yeah, they mainly are the side character.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But if there's a season 2, but I mean, it kind of has to be because there was no finality in this. There was nothing final about anything
like I said,
that happened.
please time skip 5 years. Come on, just give me 5. We don't need to go. I don't care right afterwards. I don't need to see that.
Because what did they do? They're literally in the same spot they were when they first escaped.
Yeah,
literally in the same exact spot.
Nothing changed. The only thing that will change is if Crosshair tells them that.
That's what I said. If they're dead, then they could get started new. But we don't know that. I wish we would have saw that. No, we didn't see that. I know this review's a little short, but there wasn't a lot to talk about.
Yeah.
I mean, we don't have to apologize, but it's just one of those things where it's just action.
Yeah.
You're just running through a place that's falling apart.
Yeah.
It's just like a basic save yourself episode.
Yep.
Crimson's in here. Thanks for watching the video. Remember, you can contact us on any of the social media platforms in the description down below. And while you're here, be sure to click on one of the videos over on the right.